Hey, what's up, fam? Thanks for being here. I'm so excited. I can't believe this is our first time doing like one-on-one, but I'm so glad the lovely, the beautiful, the bodacious Courtney.
Hello.
I gotta learn how to do the titty shaking.
Well, first you need to get some double D or triple Ds.
Are they real? I feel like we need to get into the real questions. Are they real?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm way too poor to have work done.
What's that?
I'm way too poor to have work done.
Same. When people, I'm like, I wish if I had the bank account, I would be 90% plastic at this point.
I know. Like, I'm lucky that I didn't have enough money when I was younger because I would look like a cat right now. Like, I'd be like Lauren Sanchezing it up. But now I'm like, okay, I'd still, this is going to get frozen, right? This baggage
you're gonna. Expressions do you need?
You don't. You really don't. You just Kardashian it up. Just
these bitches, I don't know what surgeries they're having. They switch races back and forth. Like they've switched races a bunch of times. Fucking Ariana Grande. She's been black. She's been white. She's been Chinese. She's gonna be like African with a dish in her lip at some point.
And you know what? Oh, sorry. I think I support that. I think that I want to see her as, Fufu in the in the safari.
Hi to all of our beautiful chat friends, by the way. Thanks for being here. Chris B, Saw, you're the greatest. Thanks for being. You're like the hype man of our channels. I love it. And all our new friends in the chat, thanks for being here. If you're here from watching my stuff, do me a favor and subscribe to Courtney's channel because she is the greatest. The links are below. We're gonna see each other at Chrissy's content house pretty
soon. Hotel, baby.
Hotel. I'm excited. I'm like, yay, I'll have a friend.
I know. I'm so excited. Yeah, because there are gonna be a lot of people there. Some people I've never heard of before in my life. And so I'm nervous.
Posting, she's like, oh my god, huge announcement. This guy, the king, is gonna be there. Everything. I'm like, does everyone know who this guy is except me?
Yeah, I don't know. I know. Like Leanne Starr, Zia, right? I know of Violet.
Is Zia coming?
Yeah.
I love her.
And then, of course, Gino and Keanu. Fealty's going to be there. Of course, Frank's going to be there. Anthony's another one I know of him. And Dave Landau, but they don't know who the fuck I am at all. Same, bro. So, like, at least I'm aware of who they are, though. But then there's other people that I'm like, uh-oh, no, I'm scared. I'm glad I have a friend.
Going. She's amazing. Ooh! I'm trying to talk her into it.
Yeah, I was actually really hoping that she would be going, X-Ray Girl and Cody.
I know.
I hope. Yeah, I hope that they do. So you guys, if you're watching this, because you obviously are, please just RSVP. It's gonna be my birthday. What a lovely birthday present. Please.
I'm so glad I get to spend your birthday with you and your lovely breastises.
Yes. They're gonna be there and you can see them in real life.
And they'll probably be the only we'll be the only people with our real tits there, us and Chrissy.
Well, wait, Keanu has real boobs.
Oh yeah, does she?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, good for her.
Let's see here. Who else has real boobs?
Not Zia, because she has shown them to me in every stage of them getting done. I saw the original titties. I saw the new titties. I saw the in-between titties. I saw all the titties.
Lucky you. I wasn't around just yet for that, so I didn't get to experience it. But, maybe she'll fill me in on the details. Maybe she'll.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you. So for people who this is their first time seeing, what is your villain origin story?
My villain origin story is the funniest thing. It's actually, because if anybody knows, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Okay.
Same.
So there's that.
This is why we're friends.
Yeah, exactly. And I just was like a chat rat. I really, I had a boring office job. And so like anytime, Keanu or Chrissy would go live, I'd be like, headphones in, here we go. And so I was just constantly in their live chats and started becoming like friends with people in their live chats. And then
we became friends too.
Yeah, when I was decoding the Joe Biden speech.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh man. But so then one day when Keanu and Chrissy were doing nightlife, they wanted a third person on there, and Frank reached out and was like, "Would you be able to do it tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then after that, I was like, "This is really fun. I want to keep doing it." And then other people were like, "You should." They were requesting to see my presence on more channels, and so I was like, "I guess I just have to do my own." And so by the time my birthday hit last summer, I had to get a post office. I had to get a PO box because people wanted to send me presents. And I was like,
Would
"Oh,
they send you
okay."
any weird shit?
No, I had like an Amazon wish list that they uh just got stuff off of. So it wasn't
You
anything,
can do that?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a thing, but I thought that was something that like only hookers did. Or like porn stars. Well, and you.
No, I just set up. Oh my God, you need to set up a treat stream account, dude.
Oh, what? Okay, now that sounds very hookery.
Yeah. So every time you go
Yeah.
live, people can log in and send food to your house while you're live streaming.
They send food to you?
Yeah, and so like I just started adding stuff to my treats or whatever, and it turns out somebody sent me a McFlurry today, and it turns out like they don't even know like what restaurant the item is coming from or anything, because I got nervous. I was like, "Oh, well, I can't do any like sushi or Italian because most of the places are going to be like a family owned, like there's not going to be a chain or anything. So if people look up the name, they're going to find like the general vicinity of like where I live, right? They'll be able to sleuth it a little bit because if that's if this is located in, such and
What's
such
this called?
city, treat stream. But apparently they don't get to see what the restaurant is or anything. So you have to name each treat so
I
that they
can't
can like,
believe this is a thing.
I know. But isn't it fantastic?
So people can just like send you a pizza if they want to.
Yeah.
God, well, send me
Yeah.
pizza, people.
Yeah. Unshare the screen though. There are a couple of screens you don't want to be sharing on there. Just to let you know. But
What do you
yes.
mean? What do you mean?
Well, because it'll ask you for like your address and shit.
Oh, I see. I'm still thinking it was treats. Like they'll send you, glass dildos and shit.
Oh no. No,
That's what it
you
sounds
have
like.
to. So when you log in, you have to like basically pretend like you're ordering. And then there's like a little pop-up window that's in front of it. But you get like to the last screen of the delivery thing, and then it'll say like add this as a treat. And so you can add it, and then you have to give it a
Courtney
name.
food link. You have a food link. That's insane. I never knew this was a thing.
Oh, thank you, Saw. You know what? You just reminded me, Saw. Your video game stream on Friday, you need to change your filters or get more mods or something, because there were so many of my comments that got withheld for like review, and then nobody
On
did
YouTube?
anything. Yeah. So like one of them, when the guy was like dangling from the tree upside down, and then the dude walked up, I was like, "Oh, I thought he was gonna tickle his armpit." And apparently that's like a problem with YouTube. Yeah.
They think that's bad. Like, do they hear the shit we talk about?
I know. And then I kept saying skivvies instead of underwear, and like those all got held for review.
What?
I'm telling you. So I
I
was like,
wonder if
okay,
there's settings or something. I'm bad at this. I gotta
yeah,
figure out how.
there's filters in there, but maybe you just need like a couple more mods in there too, to just be like, because it'll get held for review, and then it asks like show or
Oh,
hide, and then the mod can just go show, and then it'll pop
I gotta
up.
do that.
Um,
That's
so
so annoying.
yeah, but
So
there's
yeah,
also like
that
filters.
was fun. The Quarry.
I know. I'm actually
Are you a
very
gamer at all? Do you do any game stuff?
not really. I've played Maniac Mansion a couple
What's
of
that?
times. It's a game from 1987. It's a Lucasfilm production.
Really?
Yeah. Okay.
Before
It's
they were the
it's
girl boss company.
yeah, it was long before Disney stepped in and ruined everything. And oh man, the graphics are so 80s. Oh my God. It makes me feel so nostalgic. But like the game is basically it's a single player game. And there's the one guy, Dave, his girlfriend got kidnapped, and she's in this mansion, this haunted mansion. And he grabs two of his friends. And so you get to pick the two other friends that go along with you. And you essentially have to run around the mansion without them, the owners of the house, kidnapping you. You have to collect a bunch of stuff and piece everything together, and like it solve these different puzzles and riddles and all this stuff. One of the characters can even put the hamster in the microwave. That was a big memory from my childhood.
Sorry, by the way, I just saw this. I'd like to reiterate. I feel lucky that Courtney came into my life. As do I.
I love you.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
old games though. I was a beast on Super Nintendo. That was my jam.
Oh yeah, there was another game. I'm hearing myself echo. But another game that I remember my brother playing a lot when I was a kid was Out of This World. Okay, I don't hear the echo anymore. And that game was, older games are the best. They take from someone who grew up in the 90s. Well, yeah, exactly. But yeah, Out of This World, that was like the hardest game on the planet. You can't touch anything or else you die.
The
It's
Lion King on Super Nintendo was the hardest. That one level with the things, the hippos.
I have a vague memory of this now.
I think
When
I
you were playing
streamed
it
it with
sometime
Greg a
last
while
summer.
ago.
Yeah, I think this was also like sometime
Hey,
last
Tim.
summer. Tim F, what up?
Yeah,
But
that trip was hard.
yeah, I remember that because I remember complaining about it. I was like, who the fuck decided this should be the game?
That's supposed to be for kids.
This is terrible, but
Oh, sorry, go
yeah.
on.
Oh, but yeah, I really love games from the 90s. But I don't really play them a lot is all. But I might, I don't know. Maybe I'll every time I try to do a game stream, by the way, everyone leaves.
Probably same.
So
Why
I'm
are
like,
you mad at
well,
them?
yeah, I just apparently that's not really where my viewers want me to go. They prefer that I complain about God, I don't even know what the fuck they care about, to be honest.
Same with mine. I don't know why anyone watches.
Like most of them, I'm like, I can't clip anything from this because it's just like an ADHD stream of consciousness. So okay.
Same. Well, double think we were waiting for you to start the party.
Sorry. Yeah, you know, we were waiting around and you weren't here. We had to
do something.
get going. Yeah.
So Courtney, did you hear the news of the day that Diddy will be getting a slap on the wrist, basically?
Yeah. Have we gone through the sentencing phase yet? Do we know what the
No, they're
sentence is supposed to
saying,
be?
he could get up to like 20 years or something. I'm like, he's not going to. I've been calling it this whole time. He's going to get a slap on the wrist.
Like he'll get like first offense sentencing type. Yeah.
He'll be like released he served his community. It's always the community that will enter the chat.
It's always the community. Here's the thing. I already noticed, like even with Cassie, the bombshell star witness. I was like, they're not proving Rico here, but depending on the jury, they could just feel like, holy shit, this woman suffered enough. Let's lock him up for life.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems to me like a lot of the trials that I've like followed at least a little bit, the jury seems to be really spot on with like, sorry, you did not prove this beyond like a reason of a doubt, beyond any reason of the doubt. Like you didn't, so we can't
Well, not
find
to get
them
all tinfoil hatty, but did they want to? Given that the bitch prosecuting it is James Comey's daughter, I think isn't she the one that prosecuted Epstein or was going to?
Oh, was it Epstein or Weinstein? Probably both. Oh, I think it might have been Epstein.
Steens.
All the Steens.
By the way, side note, this is what the stream should have been called.
Yes.
Tim, where were you when I was setting this up?
Boobs and bandanas, baby. Well, that's what we'll do when we're at Content Hotel.
That's our
boobs
squad
and bandana
name.
stream.
That's our sex scandal name.
Yes, boobs and bandanas, the sex scandal. Oh my god! After you left, so on Simpcast, when it was just me and Chrissy went to go pull up. Like she's like, let's have this chat actually like show on the screen, and your boobs will eat the chat. And I was like, oh, like this, and I just went, bow, 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 bow. And so that's been a thing with chats is bow, 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 bow. If you see
now it looks like your dog was peeing on them.
Don't pee on them, honey.
Did you have him stuffed?
My dog?
Yeah.
No, she's alive.
How is she floating? Oh! She's so still and she's floating.
because of this.
Whoa. I forgot it was a green screen.
Yeah, we can.
It looked like she was just floating. That's right. Now she's peeing on Hitler.
He's petting her. They're just having to, you know.
Brian, my beloved. Yes, Maureen Comey did handle the Epstein trial. And hello, Miss Courtney. It's a great time to walk in.
Hi, Brian. Are you coming to Content Hotel?
Better be. We gotta get everyone out there.
So the Epstein trial that did not happen.
See, yeah, I just have no faith in, like, I forget who it was that we were talking to along, like, when the stuff was happening with, remember when they had the influencers and the binders with the Epstein shit. And I forget who it was, but somebody was like, oh, I had really high hopes that this was, I'm like, I have no hopes. My expectations for any of this shit are like in the subway below ground.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is like, I already was aware that, like, yeah, as much as Donald Trump is going to be able to be a bit different from the rest of them, there's still going to be a lot of barriers. He's still going to move the same way any president has, because he has to. We have too many 3-letter agencies controlling the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
We have there's too many there's too much going on behind the scenes that we are completely unaware of, that, like, yeah, he was a better option, but it doesn't mean he was going to be good.
Yup. I agree.
Like,
a lot of people thought he was just going to get in there and wave a magic wand.
No, like, and the people that he chose to, like, be in his cabinet and everything, like, yeah, they were going to be better options, but doesn't mean they were going to be good. Like, I remember everybody was talking about how awesome Pam Bondi was and everything, and then the second she got in there, they were like, fuck this. I'm like, yeah. She's the exact same.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
You know, she's a hot 60-year-old.
Which is probably how she got the job, by being a semi-hot 60-year-old.
Yeah, you know, I mean, but, like, they're not that great. The government is still the government, and the government fucking sucks. And I would like to get rid of all of the government. Let's function like the North Sentinelese Island, okay? Scare the shit out of the government that quote unquote owns us, so much so that they have to scoop by with some binoculars just to double check and make sure everything's all right.
I love it. That's what we should do. It's, you know, it really should. The government, you know, they talk so much about, like, oh, January 6th or whatever. I'm like, the government should be afraid of the people, not the other way around. Also, yeah, hey, AV Tom
for sure needs to be afraid of us. Like, it's just crazy that, like, that it's the other way around. I don't like that at all. Like, it grosses me out. Like, no, they should definitely be like, oh no. But instead, it's just like, hey, we're going to hurl some of the worst candidates towards you for any position. Mayor of the city, governor of your state, doesn't matter. You name it. And you're just going to have to fucking deal with it.
Well, and I think it's because the left worships authority, that to them, because they have no religion, they have no nothing, the politicians and government are basically religious figures to them.
Yeah, which is it. That's another thing too that's, like, blows my mind, is how many people actually idolize government personalities. Like, what are we doing here?
And now they have their new favorite communist in New York.
Oh God!
Look at the way that they worship him and talk about it. Like, remember, even before him, these same fucking people 2 seconds ago were, remember, Cuomo-sexuals?
Yes, that's disgusting.
Cuomo-sexuals, and now they found a new communist that they like. I can't with that motherfucker. He's gonna win too.
He probably, yeah, he is. And then, like, what is he doing? Taxing white neighborhoods and shit. Which, granted, like, I have a feeling that that's not going to be a thing. Like, it's just because it's, like, you know, not legal. And people are going to end up being disappointed and whatever.
New York, though, you don't know. It's like there are no laws there anymore.
True.
Like that. Like, look what they did. Everything with Trump. They changed the law to imprison him, then found him guilty in the sham trial. Like, there are no more laws there. Like, that's really how bad things are. And I think maybe because you wonder like who votes for these people. I feel like maybe he needs to win. Maybe they need to see how bad it's gonna get there.
Hopefully,
which sucks, but
I mean, the thing is, it's so crazy to see how often when people will complain about something and then they still vote that same guy in the office. Do you remember that guy? What was his name? Like Randy McMillan or something like that. It was like 2010. And he was like, the rent is too damn high.
oh yeah, I forgot about him.
And the thing is, like, Barack Obama got voted into office again. Everybody that had their positions, they didn't lose their positions at all. And then people just kept voting more bullshit laws into place that would raise more taxes. And they're just, the government gives us the money. Like, who do they get the money from?
Sorry, I was looking for the thing I was trying to pull up. Where was it? I don't know why this made me think of this. I guess like, oh yeah, B, it's your fault. Wait, pause. It's your fault. Making me think of this, that like, so yeah, somehow by some miracle of God, this was the most low-key Pride Month ever.
Yeah.
It's finally over.
Thank God.
By the way, I can't with your dog. Like, just look at it. Well, just look on the screen, not next to you. She's fucking floating.
Did you have your dog stuffed?
That's what it looked like. You didn't see your head. You just saw the body like tipped over and floating. And I was like, oh, it's on a stand.
Little magic trick.
But yeah, I feel like we somehow got through this Pride Month more painlessly than we have in a while.
Yeah. I mean, thankfully, I didn't really. Come here, honey. We have another guest.
Oh, it's the one that's not stuffed.
You're not stuffed, are you? You're just beautiful. I mean, thankfully, I didn't really go. Well, actually, no. I went to Target a couple of times, and there was nothing.
Wow.
Because I remember, I think it was just last year. It was very recent. That you walk in and it was all just Pride shit right there, right then and there.
And they had it all in the kids section too.
That's the creepiest part.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand how people seem to think that it's okay, that like that's just normal to be like, hey kids, be gay. Hey kid, like and then people try to use the excuse of like, okay, teachers, my teacher didn't tell me their sexuality. Well, did you have a teacher that was pregnant? Then you obviously knew their sexuality. Well, first of all, no, because guess what? I have a lesbian aunt and she got pregnant and it was definitely not by having sex with a dude. So there's that. They're out the window. But either way, like that's not forcing your sexuality on a child. Like being pregnant is like a natural order of things. And like by the time you're in school, your parents have said something to you to let you know, like, yeah, and when mommy has a baby in her tummy, like whatever. And that's just like what the kid knows. Like the teacher isn't though like rubbing it in their faces like, I'm pregnant. My husband stuck his penis in my vagina and wiggled it around for a while. And then he splooged into my uterus.
That
like,
should
no.
that should replace the textbooks. That's just what they should say.
My God. Like
what? No, and they weren't telling these kids, hey, maybe you're really a boy. Hey boys, maybe you're really a girl.
That part is like,
yeah,
like
that's
extra disgusting to me. Like I remember very, very much being a tomboy, right? Like I had all of my clothes would have like dirt stains all over them because I was constantly playing in the woods. Lots of holes from all the tree climbing and stuff like that. I was very much a tomboy, but I still played with like Barbies and stuff. And also, I'm a girl, a female.
If you were growing up today, you would not live to become an adult with them titties. You would have the zipper tits.
Oh no!
I know. That is like a crime against nature.
I know. Well, and see another thing too that like really confused me when I was a teenager was like, you know, I'd go to parties and I was very awkward and chubby. Guys didn't like me that much, right? They weren't chasing after me. That was very weird.
You're
And
getting your revenge now.
but I would go to parties, and so then girls would try to get attention, and so they would come to make out with me because I wasn't getting attention from boys. And so then I thought, oh, well, boys and girls are supposed to be together, and if girls like me but boys don't, then maybe that means I'm trans because women like should be with a man, and if they're drawn to me. But really, it was just they were trying to get attention from the guys,
Yeah,
and I
no,
was
it's
just an easy
funny.
target. But I thought I was trans because of that. And it's like, oh my God, imagine
Oh,
if I would have like actually said something to somebody.
oh God, and yeah, and you'd have all of them reinforcing it and all of them pushing it on you.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, like 6 months. And then I was like, oh, never mind.
Russell, thank you so much, dude. The great Russell Hall. Has Courtney ever written for Hallmark? You
What?
should. You should.
Oh,
Sex ed with Courtney.
I want to stick my penis in your vagina and wiggle
Merry
it around
Christmas.
a bit. Merry Christmas. Thank you, girl.
Please do. I would buy the shit out of those cards.
Okay. Yeah. Just give me scenarios and I will come up with the most autistic and retarded way of phrasing it. Give us a scenario. What's another one?
Funeral.
A
Sorry, you're dead. Here's some titties.
Sorry. Well, okay. Let's say like a what's it called? Like if I'm giving a card to somebody that sorry for your loss type thing. Like, sorry, your dad died. Hopefully you don't look at him in the coffin because that's gross. Hopefully it's not an open casket because we don't want to see his face. Or like
you need a whole line of these.
I do like
sorry about your penis.
Sorry about your penis. Sorry, your dad's dick doesn't work anymore because he's dead. Or sorry, your husband's dick doesn't work anymore because he's dead. There we go.
Russell, thanks so much, dude. Diddy beats the rap. Make it a celebratory card. Or you could have like OJ. You could have,
crack open your baby oil. Let's get ready for a freak off.
I feel like you would sell a lot of those.
P. Diddy is free. My N-word.
Russell, thanks so much, dude. By the way, if you guys feel so inclined, help support the channel. Send in your super chats. Do the thing. Tom, I was about to get to this. Yeah. Did you see Leah Thomas is getting his medals stripped away?
Yeah.
I really do think the tide is turning. I think these nut jobs pushed so far that we're starting to finally see the pushback.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it has to do with money. Like, there's funding being taken away. Like, UPenn was losing funding because of trans athletes, and so we'll see how long that sticks. Because who knows if somebody else, ends up in office after Trump, and that changes that. But right now, I think that it's really good that like money talks. So yeah, I'm glad that we have somebody in office that's willing to enforce like removal of funding for this kind of shit, because it's so stupid that people want to minimize it too, to be like, oh, you're just mad because you lost a race and now you're throwing a fight, like, or throwing a fit. Like, no, there are other people that actually beat him that didn't want him there either. There are people that lost way worse than you did, and they didn't want him there either. Like, this isn't just a one person who tied it for fifth. There was multiple people that did not think that it was acceptable, and I just don't know how to shake some of these people to let them know, like, dude, just because somebody is going through something that I don't understand, like being trans, doesn't mean that they can just infiltrate my whole life. Like I don't even have a gym membership because I don't know if there's going to be a man's penis or a woman's penis in the locker room with me, and I don't like that. I don't
have a gym membership because I'm a fat piece of shit.
There's that, but I have a good excuse.
I should have just said the transes. I'm like, that's why I haven't gone.
Yeah, like I don't know if I want a man's vagina in the locker room.
It's bad enough they've taken over every dating app.
I know.
Can't
Well, and that's
open
another thing.
any
Like,
of them without seeing chicks with dicks.
have you heard of Sal Grover? She had a an app that was essentially she made it for um starting for herself because she lives, I think it was in Australia, and she came to the US and was working in the entertainment industry, and it was a very tough, she had a very tough go of it because we all know the entertainment industry is fucked up.
Mm.
And she was feeling very lonely and isolated, and she went back home to Australia and was just like really struggling with all the things that had happened, and she wanted to have a space where she could speak to other women about her experience, because a lot of it was like sex driven, and she was just like, it would be nice to be able to connect with just women that were also in the entertainment industry or just had similar experiences like this that I could talk to. And some trans decided that he wanted to join, and he didn't even try. There, no laser, no. He just threw a mop on his
Those
head
are
and was like,
always
"I'm
the
a
ones.
gal."
Those are
And
always the ones causing problems.
yeah, and he sued her because she kicked him off. She banned him because she was like, "This isn't like a situation like for trans women. Like, you start your own app for this because it doesn't make sense for you to be here at all. You're not going to relate to anybody in this situation."
I bet
Um,
did the motherfucker sue her?
yeah, he sued her and then won, and she appealed. And I think there's also like another battle for court, what's the court fees? I haven't caught up on it recently, but I was just like, "God, this is insane." And then there's also like women that are dealing with like breastfeeding issues or like giving birth, like that kind of stuff. And they have like mom Facebook groups that are based specifically on the way the female body works and the vulnerability behind it and like all the shit that they go through. And there are women who get banned from those groups because they're like, "Why is there a trans person here?" And
It's
it's the same thing with like
everything.
rape centers too. It's the same thing. Like, women are like in the worst position of their life, and they have like they were raped by a man, and then you're expecting them to talk to a trans woman as if like that's just normal. Like, I'm seeing a lot of this stuff change. There was a nurse that also had a problem with changing in a room with a trans nurse, and then she had to have an operation on her lower region, and the trans nurse was about to be a part of the procedure, and she was like, "No." And they finally got the trans person kicked off of the procedure. But like, this woman is already saying that she's feeling way too vulnerable and does not want this person around when she changes her clothes, when she's still somewhat covered by undergarments. And you're going to allow this person to be a part of a procedure where all of her clothes are going to be off of her body, and then you're going to be invading her body in that area, and you think that that's acceptable, knowing that she's already uncomfortable around this person? No,
It's
don't do
unbelievable. And
that.
these are the same people who just a couple years ago were pretending that they're all about women and Me Too and they care about women, and now they can't even define woman.
Oh my God. It's
It's just,
ridiculous. And
and
like,
I think what like because like my views have always been somewhat moderate on them. That like if
yeah.
an adult chooses to live as the opposite sex, God bless. I don't give a shit. However, so like, I wouldn't want to, in theory, see it get to a point that where the backlash is so extreme. However, I'm at the point where I don't give a fuck if it is. Like, you people made this bed, you can lie in it. Because for all of the trans people who seem like they're a little bit more reasonable, were any of them calling this shit out? Because this is what you allowed to happen in the name of your
Mhm.
community. So I don't
Yeah.
really give a shit. Even if the backlash were to be very extreme, it's better than this shit. It's better than
Yeah.
rape centers being told that they have to take men in with women. It's better than kids having this pushed on them. So I really
Oh
don't feel
yeah.
bad for them at this point.
I really don't either. Like, I was talking about this not too long ago about how like, I was hanging out with a friend of mine in downtown Seattle like years and years ago. And she is a trans girl. And we were out to lunch. We had to use the restroom. Both of us went into the ladies. Nothing happened, whatever. And I was even saying, like, for the longest time, I just figured if I go into Seattle, especially on Capitol Hill, I'm going to expect trans people to be in the bathroom with me. I am going to expect to see a lot of gay people, a lot of trans people. And that is where that should be expected. And so when people are fighting, like, certain things. I'm like, I'm sorry, but in Seattle, that's just how it is. But if I'm going to be at like the Target where I live in my tiny little town, yeah, I'm going to be like, what the fuck is going on here? What? Like, you already know that Seattle's where you belong. Like, why are you branching out to this little like podunk town? What are we doing here? And that to me seemed fine. That should have been fine. That should have been where it ended. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
there's places where people are going to be comfortable. There's places where people aren't going to be comfortable, and we can each respect each other's boundaries. Like, yeah, soccer mom who goes to church every Sunday. If you want to take your kids to Pine Place Market, just know there's going to be stuff that you might not be comfortable with, but just make yourself comfortable, or else make it a short trip. I don't know. And I think that's only fair. That's only fair. And for the most
Seattle
part,
is where your people are.
yeah. Wait, Seattle's where your people. Wait, what did he say? Seattle's where your
Seattle
people
is where
are.
your
You know, this
people
is going to
are.
cause an issue. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, and if you're going to be, if you're,
Dark horse.
if you're a conservative person and you have kids with you and you want to take a trip out to Seattle, like, you just have to be prepared for what's going to happen. To me personally, yeah, like when you go into, especially in a women's restroom, like, yeah, there's stalls, the stalls lock. It's fine. You go into the stall with your kid, make sure the kid's okay or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, if a person goes into another stall, like, they're not going into the stall with your kid. For the most part, they're going to be safe, right? But I'm just going to take pause. I'm going to be erring on the side of caution if I, again, am in my little small town where it's very family oriented out here and all of that jazz. And a mother walks into the restroom with her children, and then a trans person goes in there behind her. Like, how did you even find out that the city exists? How did you, like, did you get lost? What is going on? Like, I am going to assume that something a little bit more nefarious is going on. So we do have to
No
consider
space
that,
needle
like,
for me. At this point, it's like the space bonus needle. The space bonus hole.
this bonus hole. Oh my God.
Ugh. Ugh.
But like, oh, and that's another thing too, is like you have, especially like hearing in Canada where medical professionals were calling like a vagina a front hole.
And mothers are, what was it? Birth
Birthing
gift, no,
people.
birthing person.
Yeah, it's just like, and chest feeding and all this shit. And it's just, and that's another thing too, is like, I'm sorry, but you have women who go through menopause who need estrogen supplementation to like manage their symptoms. And that can be dangerous. You have to monitor that. Like, you gotta be careful with, but a person who's born in a man's body can just take estrogen willy-nilly and it's not going to cause a problem. Why? How is that even a thing? How is that real?
That's the thing. A lot of these people doing this to themselves, it's probably not even in their own best interest. Like, God knows the problems they're going to have 20 years from now, because how many doctors didn't want to question anything, just said, here, just shoot yourself up with what God knows what.
Yeah. Well, and like there are male bodybuilders and stuff that want to take testosterone, and they're even told like you can only take so much. So I don't understand. Like, another thing too that I don't understand is like, if a woman who is born a woman and wants to transition into being a man gets pregnant and is already taking testosterone, it's perfectly safe for them to continue taking testosterone through the pregnancy, but it's not safe for a pregnant woman to eat some Cheetos and
Wait, you can't eat
sushi.
Cheetos? Is that a thing?
I think there's like a certain, like, you can eat a certain amount or whatever, but there's like, they can't eat soft serve, they can't eat cold cuts, they can't eat sushi, but
That
you
would
can
suck.
you can take testosterone every month. They can't even get into hot tubs, for fuck's sake, because you might cook the baby.
You
I
might
just don't.
what?
Yeah, you have to be careful. You have to be careful about the temperature of like a bath or a hot tub, because it could cook the baby. But like, you can inject your body with testosterone. Like, this just
That's kind
doesn't
of
make
hilarious.
sense. I know. It's kind of what I remember when Chrissy was talking about that when she was pregnant. And I was like, man, so I mean, you can't even like gauge it yourself, like, to, okay, maybe, or the doctors can't even tell you like, here's a safe temperature, nothing. Like, you just what?
So when they say there's a bun in the oven, it's an actual oven.
Yeah, you might turn it into an actual like loaf of bread.
Isabella, thank you so much, my love. Thanks for being here. Well, everyone is here. Oh, hey. See, if you send in super chats, you'll get to see titties. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of gays here, so I don't know. I mean, here maybe Courtney could teach me how to do that thing. What's the thing that the guys do though, where like,
oh, you have to like flex your pec muscles. I don't have pec muscles.
I have
so I
none.
can't do it. Well, you got to go to the gym. Start doing push-ups.
I don't want to see the chicks with dicks though. That's
No.
the only reason I don't go. Shut up.
Start doing push-ups. Just start doing.
I do that. I do lots of push-ups.
Oh yeah.
All the push-ups. I did beat Greg and Adam. They were like, let's have a push-up contest on stream or something, and I beat them both.
Well, didn't they both use the disability card?
Yeah, they did in the veteran card. Whatever. Like, whatever. I beat you guys. Be like Cody. Cody is like the Hulk.
I know. Cody's been working out every single day for over 10 years, though.
That bitch.
I know.
All right, I guess I'll start, you know, tomorrow. Yeah, I gotta.
One of these days.
Like a life goal to learn how to do the thing.
Yeah, it's apparently that one I can do a little bit on the left side, but
oh yeah, I think I saw one move.
But like
it moved.
Yeah, but like Leanne Starr, she can like. Yeah, they like.
I can't even do one.
You gotta, yeah. We need to get you some low cut shirts, and then
I have many.
We have to build up the muscle. We have to build up the muscle. We need some protein shakes and push ups. Just because you
doing push up with his body weight is like lifting a feather. Shut the fuck up, Duke. I mean,
you're
thank you.
Skinny legend.
Oh, thanks.
Skinny legend.
I wanted to pull up. I saw something so delusional. I had to bring it up. Like, no offense to your community, Courtney, but white chicks. Okay, well, not yours, because it's really liberal white chicks are just a special breed of insufferable.
Yes, they really are.
You got to see this. You got to see this. Hold on, I'm very slow at getting things on the screen. How you can support your nanny amidst the ice raids.
What the
I haven't watched this. I was waiting for you guys to watch this. I'm going in blind. Are you ready?
Household worker. You might be unsure how to help them right now as the ice raids continue across LA. There's a lot of fear and uncertainty.
Or another household worker. So it could be the maid, it could be the gardener, it could be the pool boy.
Right now.
Oh my God.
Domestic employer nonprofit hand in hand to get you some answers. First off, know your rights. Remember that ICE cannot enter your home without a warrant signed by a judge unless you give them permission. And make sure your employees know their rights too. They have a right to remain silent and contact an attorney. Limit risk where you can. A lot of nannies are taking a big risk by going to work right now. Consider offering them paid leave. And if you can't, you might offer to accompany them to a bus stop or pay for a taxi to help safely. And don't forget, domestic workers are entitled to 5 days of paid sick leave. Be flexible. A nanny might not feel comfortable taking their usual trips to the park or the library with your child. Talk to them about what they need to feel safe. Start the conversation. Nannies might not feel comfortable asking for what they need, so don't be afraid to ask. If you don't know your nanny status, don't ask for it. But don't be afraid to tell them how you feel about what's unfolding. That may give them the confidence to confide in you later. Learn more about how childcare workers are faring amid the ICE raids at latimes.com.
Oh, it's the LA Times putting that out. Of course it is. Wait, sorry, talk for a sec. My thingy is delayed.
There's so many things about this that just, it's so fucked up. First of all, why are you hiring people that have no motivation to get their citizenship? Like what visa are they on anyway when they're here? What visa are they using? And but why aren't, if you genuinely give a shit when you like from as soon as you hired them, why were you not motivated to help them get their citizenship?
Well, she said, don't ask, don't tell. They don't want to know.
Yeah, well, that also, you should not be hiring illegal citizens or illegal immigrants. You shouldn't
that's
be doing
what we
that.
should crack down on, these bitches hiring them.
Like every time I've ever had a job, I was asked if I was a legal citizen or legal to work in the country. So why don't your maid and nanny and chef and gardener and pool boy and driver and whatever, why don't they have to be legally working in the country? Like, no, if you are going to hire somebody, you have to ask them.
White saviors are a menace to society. Hey, morning mayhem. What's up?
Morning mayhem. Streaming again. Yes, I am. I'm going to be doing this again tomorrow.
Day, right?
Well, I started at 2 p.m. my time and was having technical issues because fucking StreamYard. And then I stopped around 4:30 and then we started at 5 my time. So, you know.
Damn, I would get sick of hearing my own voice after that long.
Oh, well, I mean, my throat definitely is feeling the burn.
You should put that in your Tinder bio. Not that you use such things. Isabella, I love this. I love how we can have fun while talking truth and supporting each other's mental health. We really do. We really keep each other sane in this squad.
It's true. We try at least because we're all insane.
I found out. So first of all, fuck politics. More importantly, I found out recently that you don't do dating apps.
No,
See, I'm jealous.
Well, I just don't date at all, but
I mean, same at this point, but what is that like by choice or by where you live?
I just don't. Well, first of all, for myself, like most importantly, like I want to move out of state. And so I don't want to start a relationship with somebody in this state if I plan on leaving, because it's not going to be long enough to justify getting them to like move with me. Right. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'd rather go when I move. I want them to already be there. I just don't think my person's here. I also went on this like super Gwyneth Paltrow, like hippie journey and basically like came to the conclusion. First of all, I like also, God, there's so many alsos.
What was the journey? I have some alsos also, but what was the journey?
So like 5 years ago, I went through like a pretty rough, I guess you could call it a breakup. It was really bad. It was very bad. And I kept hearing about this like Reiki healing is so good. And I got a session and a lot of crazy shit was going on during this session. And I was like, oh, this person is legit. Like she would get messages from spirit guides the whole time. Get this. Okay. And out of nowhere, she was getting messages from my dead aunt. And
how did she know it was your dad?
I know. And people were like, oh no, she was just like found out like stuff on your social media. I'm like, there's nothing about on my Facebook or my Instagram about my dead aunt, first of all. Secondly, she didn't even have time to do that because I scheduled it like the night before. She had less than 24 hours to even search for anything. So there's no way that she would have been able to.
Did she, was it one of those things where she was like, oh, I'm sensing a dead person? You're like, oh my God, it's my aunt. Like she like the power was like, of suggestion.
She's like, do you know somebody? I can't tell that is a cancer or died from cancer. And I was like,
everyone knows someone like that.
I couldn't think of anybody at first. I was like, I was like, maybe my Aunt Tony. And she's like, she's been trying to send you messages through, hold on. Is it a ladybug? No. A deer? No, it's a bug. And I go, wait a minute. A dragonfly? And she was like, yeah, she's been trying to send you messages through it's dragonflies. And I was like, back in 2009, there was this whole thing with dragonflies going on where like I had a friend who was like going through some shit and he was like, every time I see a dead ladybug, bad luck happens. And so I drew him a picture of a dragonfly. I was like, dragonflies eat ladybugs. So no matter what now, you're protected from the dead ladybugs. And then like I was camping with a friend of mine and we were floating on the river and this dragonfly kept landing on my knee and we were laughing about it. And I was like, what's going on? Do I owe you money? Why don't you leave me alone? And like, there was just this whole thing that was going on with dragonflies. And apparently I was like, well, bitch, why the fuck didn't you say anything to me? I was asking you what was going on. You're sitting on my knee. You just kept flying away.
That's funny. My mom thinks that her dead grandmother comes to her in ladybugs.
Wow. Yeah. No. And the thing is, like, it's so true. Like every once in a while, like something will occur that I'm like thinking, do I need to like focus on this or do I just brush it off? And then like a dragonfly will fly by through the backyard. And I'm like, oh, okay. So this is an important thing that I need to focus on. Cool. But also during that Reiki session, not that particular one, I had another one with her where she was saying like, getting the vibe that you're lonely, like you feel like you don't have any friends. And I was like, I'm not lonely, in denial. But I also was like,
that's everyone.
Realizing
this bitch is scamming you.
No. Listen. So I was like, but I also was kind of thinking like, I don't feel like my friends like are my actual friends. But I genuinely was like, I don't feel lonely at all. Like I felt fine with like, I don't think these people are my friends. I don't want to talk to them anymore. And she was like, well, you have friends that are waiting for you. And it's
On
a
the other
married.
side?
No. She's like, there's a
Dead
married
people?
couple and another woman. And they're
It's
like,
a menage a trois.
she goes, when you're ready for friends, just say the word and they'll come to you. And it was right after, like, so I was like, I don't want any friends.
Ready,
Yeah.
ready.
So
ready.
I was like, okay, I don't really feel like it, whatever. But then it was like a few months down the road, I was like, I think I'm ready to meet my friends. And like a few days later, my brother was like, yeah, have you heard of Chrissy Mayer? You should watch this Frost impression. And so then after that, like I started watching all of her stuff and I was like, oh my God, she is so funny. And it just got the ball in motion for me to start connecting with her, the married couple, her and Frank, the other woman, Keanu.
What about the psychic didn't tell you about me?
Not yet, because then, so get this. I didn't really realize. I was like, I think there's something slowly happening here. I feel like I'm starting to make friends. And it was like, I don't know, back in like December-ish. I had Olga Perez, you know her, yeah. And
Yeah.
she's like a psychic medium. I was telling her about this and I was like, yeah. And then I did this meditation, or no, I hadn't told her about it yet, but we were talking. She's looking at my chart and she's like, you're going to meet somebody. Like there's a man, which is also weird because I just done like a couple of streams with Chrissy where there were like other dudes on the streams there. And I was like, was it one of them? I wonder. But so then like a few weeks later, I was meditating and I was like, okay, I want to know if I've met this guy yet or if it's like going to happen soon. I know, but I kept getting this vision of like, you met your friends, you met your friends, you met your friends. And I was like, oh my God, the friends that the girl was telling me about. It's Chrissy and Frank and Keanu. So then I was talking to Olga about this. And she goes, you know that it's more than that, right? And I go, I thought so, because like Michaeline, Keanu's mom, like it just so happened there was one day I sent her something and she was laughing so hard that she called me and it was Mother's Day. And like my mom's dead. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. I got to talk to like this like motherly figure on Mother's Day. It's really cute. But like also like the doors were starting to open to like meeting all these other people that are part of the same circle. And Olga was like, yeah, it's not just Chrissy and Keanu. That was just the beginning. Like they're like your core friendships, but like there's going to be so many more people that you're going to make lifelong connections with. And so I realized more and more like, yeah, I have it slowly but surely. I just kept meeting more and more people. And some people I'm like, yeah, they're cool, whatever. And then there are other people I'm like, I don't think that I can ever live without this person ever again.
Well, now
So
I feel bad for shitting on the sidekick.
I'm telling you, this shit was like, the shit was so real because I know that I'm making it sound like it's like
take
fake.
Mikey on ghost hunts.
Exactly. You got to be open to it. Oh yeah. So I started doing like the whole like crystal healing and all this stuff. And I just realized more and more, like I have to be alone and be really happy being alone first before I end up actually like meeting a person. Cause I know like there's going to be, I don't really have like a full vision of exactly who I want to be with, right? Like my dream man, but I do know that I want to be the right person for him, right? Like I remember like back in 2012 was the first time, I think 2011 maybe, the first time I ever saw Rob Gronkowski on a TV, and I was like, that guy's hot as fuck. And then I looked at myself and I was like, there's no way in hell he would want anything to do with me. And I thought, I have to become the kind of person that like that would be worthy of a guy that I'm interested in. Now, granted, will I ever be on Gronk's radar? Probably not. He's dating a bikini model, for fuck's sake. But
you're way better. By the way, the psychics are better than therapists at this point. They don't try to trans you.
That's true. It's true. And I mean, you got to find the right one. The girl that I've seen off and on for the last 4 years, she is fucking awesome. I love her. Her company, her brand name is called Chaotic Rebirth. You can find her on Instagram. She's got a website and all that. She's awesome. Her name's Katie. But I just like, I realized more and more, like I don't want somebody, if I want like the best of the best, or at least what I consider that to be in my eyes, I don't want him to settle. Like I want to be good enough for that guy, whether it's Rob Gronkowski or MIKERoaggress'd.
Oh, I love you.
I have to zipper
know
tits
it needs to be
myself.
good for you. Yeah, and I can get like the what is it? What is it? It's the chicks that get the forearm, right?
Yeah, well, you already have a peepee, but so
I
what you
don't
could
know.
do is just get conversion therapy, or
Oh,
at least try.
They turn it inside out. That's what they
Oh,
do.
well, I'm not a lesbian, so I don't want a punani.
Oh yeah, that's true. I can
Oh.
stay exactly as I am.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
just
perfect.
just be a retarded dude.
Perfect. By the way, sorry, I just saw this. Friches, my love. Thank you so much, dude. Notice the one thing she doesn't include on that list is pay them more. Yup.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they don't want that. They don't want that. They want their
That's so
slave
true. I mean,
labor.
I guess in a way, when she was saying like you can give them paid time off or whatever, but there was never a pay them more, because guess what? If they actually asked if they were legal to work here, then they would have to pay them more. And that's why they don't want to make sure that they're legal to work here, because they don't want to pay them more. They want to pay them slave wages.
So one sec, I have many more questions about psychics and all of that. However, before we continue, let's have a very quick word from our sponsors.
It's time for my grifting. Give me all your money. Don't just be a drifter. Help me be a grifter.
Fuck you, pay me.
So if you guys like the channel, send in your super chats, join my locals, join my Patreon, or become a channel member. We do lots of cool things. We do movie nights, game nights. Every week we are having hate watch parties and just like that. Tomorrow night, I will be joined by this lovely lady to watch the new episode, to hate watch the new episode of And Just Like That. Are you excited, Courtney?
Yes. Yes, I'm so excited.
Join my locals or my Patreon or any of the above. The links are below to join us tomorrow, 9 o'clock Eastern. It is going to be torture. Are you prepared for the level of torture you're going to endure tomorrow?
No, but you know what? I feel like maybe I am. I'm not really sure. I want to go in as blind as possible. I'm aware that it's going to be terrible. I just don't know how terrible yet. So I don't know. I think that as ill prepared as I am, I'm beyond excited anyway.
Me too. It's like the people who write this have never met actual people before.
I know.
Like the relationships they're having in this show, they have the two main characters that the one guy is like, they're having a relationship and he's like, hey, I need to go deal with my troubled teen. So just wait 5 years for me. And in 5 years, we'll get back together. And she's like 60 years old. Like if somebody told me that at 20, I'd be like, fuck off. But at 60 years old, she's like, oh, okay. And that's it. If someone asked me to wait 5 years for them, would you do that?
No. I mean, the thing is, like, I've been single for at least 5 years, but I don't care. I'm not going to stay single for that person. And like at that point, even if I choose to still be single, that does not mean I'm going to have any interest in you anymore. I'm going to have to like step back and process the fact that we're not together. And
Oh,
by the
yeah,
time I'm done,
he did let her stay in the guest house one
Oh.
night. How generous.
wow.
I'm telling you, the people who write this have never met actual people before. I think it's just a bunch of like these bitches with their illegal alien nannies and their NPR tote bags who just have so much money they don't know what to do with it, that are just aren't around people.
Wow.
And they think this is how people interact.
Like the thing is that there are young and very insecure women who let men treat them shitty, right? I can't imagine a woman in her
apparently.
a woman in her 60s. Because
I know.
like I could what's funny is, here's the thing for me, like I probably, when I was like, I don't know, 18, 19, I probably like, oh, okay, I love you. But then after like 6 months, I'd be like, what was his name again?
Yeah, as you should be. Oh my god, watching that, it's so
Yeah.
bad. Well, we are hate watching it on Thursdays every week on my locals, so join the party. So wait, 5 years, so that is 5 years that you've been single. Is that like all by choice, or is it where you live?
Yeah.
Or
It's
you're
pretty
just
much
over it?
like I mean, I guess it's kind of a combination of things, because I just, you know, I want to be like I want to make changes in my own life and my own like lifestyle and everything, that I want to be good enough, right? But then I also I don't live in an area where I want to be looking for men. The apps are just the apps. I have PTSD from the apps.
How long have you been without app?
The last time I like seriously used the apps, I think was like 2019. I remember going on like
Wow.
one date with a guy.
I've gone on like 0. It's try. I went on one since in the last like year since I moved, and it was so boring. I was like, ugh. I'm like, I prefer a bad date to a mediocre date. At least a bad date, you get a good story out of it. There's nothing I
Yeah.
hate more than when it's just like
There's
pleasant.
nothing to even say about it. We're like, yeah, it sucks. I'm
Nothing.
like, why? And you're like, I can't explain it to you. But
The
it did.
craziest thing though, by the way, so I had this boring date, and then months later, I was doing street interviews at a pride parade, and I was with Ariel. The two of us are interviewing this guy wearing a fuck Trump hat, and I'm interviewing him for like 20 minutes, and maybe like 2 months later, it occurs to me that's the guy I went on the date with. I had an entire conversation and did not realize.
He's that forgettable.
Yeah.
I would end up doing that.
I recently rejoined them though, because I was banned from quite a few of them. Like I got banned from Hinge, I got banned from all this shit, but I just got a new phone. So when you get into, they like ban your phone when they ban you. So I was like, okay, I have a new phone, I'm gonna rejoin.
They don't ban your like email address or whatever.
Probably,
your
but I
login
used a new one.
I mean,
Well, I have a new phone, so I used like a different email, and I used my friend's phone. I used Craig's phone number. I get a code for you.
Oh my god!
Well, you're married. You won't need it.
I mean, that's true.
No, and like it's so. See, people had told me that Hinge is where the good people are. That was a lie. That was a total lie.
I don't think any. The thing is, like, people who don't know how to meet other people just in person, they go to the internet.com. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is. Like, I remember at one point when I was using Tinder, and all it was the working at Microsoft. And I was like, oh my god, this is all I have is like these H-1B visa types. Like, what?
This is so true. They include, for heteros, they include trans as females, and for gays, they include trans as males. So like half of them are trans, and then the other half are people who it says only want a trans. So these motherfuckers, bitch, oh, you have to sleep with a trans person. You better sleep with a trans. They're doing better than fucking anyone. Somehow.
Man.
It is unbelievable.
That's why.
Can't there at least be a setting? Can't there be a setting at least?
There was one guy that was trying to talk to me on one of those apps. And his bio straight up said, I only want trans women. Or I like trans women.
And he thought you were
I was like,
one.
where did you get the idea? What? I was so confused. I'm like, I don't.
I had that happen to me once when I was in New York, that I went to go get my hair cut, and the place that I normally went closed down. So I had found like some random place but it was in some like leftist neighborhood that I should have thought this through better. So I'm in the chair, they put the thing over me, and the woman says to me, she goes, I want you to know I've a lot of experience dealing with people in your situation. And I was like, oh, cool. Wait, what? And she goes,
what's my situation?
She goes, before the transition, after the transition, you're going to look beautiful. I'm lucky I didn't come out of there with the bangs like that.
Was she thinking that you were transing into a woman?
I don't know which way. I don't know. It's like that bitch. Have you seen that bitch who asks consent before she cuts your hair and your pronouns?
Can I touch you?
Touch you.
How the fuck are you gonna cut my hair?
Looking so much worse. It's the saddest. I've fallen down rabbit holes watching that bitch's videos. Have you guys seen this? Like, sometimes she'll get these pretty girls in the chair, and then they come out looking like they just went through 4 years of gender studies in 20 minutes.
Oh God, I don't think I've ever seen an after of that lady. I've only seen the beginning where she's like, what are your pronouns? Can I touch you? And I'm like, this woman, why? How would you? If somebody's gonna say you can't touch me while they're sitting in your chair, then they need to leave, because
it's all for fucking show. It's all make believe.
It's so stupid.
I hear people say this, and I'm like, that's why I'm like open to the possibility, but not very hopeful.
Look at the last
That's how
sentence,
I feel about the Epstein files. Like, I don't expect that they'll be released anytime in our lifetimes, but
Mike, the last sentence here, though.
They're two of the time. I missed that part. That is epic.
No, I mean, I've heard, what's weird is that I've heard actually like good things about OkCupid, because I know people who have like.
Does that still exist?
I guess. I don't know.
I had that when I was like 19.
Yeah, I remember, God, I think the last time I even looked at an OkCupid was a long time ago, like 2013 or something like that. But I know of people who have met and got married, but at the same time, like, like one girl in particular I could think of who's like, I met my husband on OkCupid. I'm like, your husband fucking sucks. So like, I don't want to marry a guy like that.
I almost had a date from Hinge recently, but I feel like I've grown a bit, because so like my last relationship was like the stuff that nightmares are made out of, in the sense of like 100% my fault, in the sense of like we teach people how they can treat us, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, I cringe thinking of my own stupidity and the shit I tolerated. So there's a big part of me that's like, never, ever, ever, ever again will I allow myself to be in a situation like that. So I think at least I know that there's some growth on my part, that I'm putting that into action. So like, I talked to this guy from Hinge, and like seemed very autistic, like very funny looking, very autistic, totally my type. So we're texting. I was out of town for like a week or 10 days. So we're texting, and I was talking about it with my friend, and I'm like, I'm afraid he's good. I don't know why, because I've had this happen before that like someone will seem cool when you're talking to them from an app and then you meet them and they have the voice.
Oh.
They have gay voice. And you'll meet them and they'll be like, hi, oh my God, it's so good to meet you. I'm like, I can't. I'm like, okay, I need to find out if he has gay voice. So I asked him if he had Snapchat. And I created a monster or something because this motherfucker starts sending me literally like 80, 90, 100 part Snapchat videos at a time, all through the day, just talking about nothing. And I'm like, I was questionable about that. So anyway, though, I'm like, okay, which I realized, by the way, you should never sit and text with someone or sit and Snapchat and be like, either let's meet or not, you know? But I feel like all that just, I don't know. So anyway, we made plans to grab drinks when I got home. Then once the day comes, I get the whole runaround. Oh, I don't know. I have work stuff, blah, blah, blah. I'll let you know. But I'm like, I was like, this obviously seems too complicated for you. So just forget it. So I'm like, I feel like at least that's some growth on my part. Cause I feel like me from a couple years ago would have been like, oh, that's okay. Well, are you free tomorrow? Or are you free the next? I'm like, no. Cut that shit off.
Yeah.
What I realized though, this motherfucker, the next day I get like a fucking 60, 70 part Snapchat thing from him. And it starts off by saying, some of you guys know. Like, some of you guys? And I think back and I'm like, wait, how many of these were actually specific to me? I'm like, oh my God, I was just on a fucking list of people he was sending this shit to. I can't with these people. See, this is what sucks is I thought it used to be like I got my type. I like people who are funny looking and weird and nerdy, and that's my type. But now those are like that somehow became popular now. I'm like, people need to back off my fucking niche.
Yeah, that's that guy needs to be like locked up in a friggin' psychiatric ward. Yeah, remember the guys that
I made it on his fucking list too, but this was like the I don't know, social version of dick pics.
My God. The dick pic guy, man, he was really like ruining the ghost hunting night.
I can't with these fucking people. There's something wrong with them.
Yeah. Well,
Double think, I love you, and Courtney as well.
Yay! Double think. Okay.
Well, we're doing it, and just like that tomorrow. I'm very excited. Yes. You don't know what you're in for.
I'm stoked. Yeah, because I didn't even really watch a lot of Sex in the City. So
it was good. It was good.
I mean, it probably was. Yeah. I don't know. He couldn't be because he was sending stuff that nobody on YouTube could see. So
you weren't missing anything. I promise you weren't missing much.
We just what was this? Mike going, oh my God, I'm scared. Oh my God, I got a Snapchat. Hiding on the bed. I'm scared. Adam going, stop it. You're going to scare the ghosts.
We got to do that again. That was so much fun. You got to come next time.
Yes. I would love that.
This fucking guy like wouldn't stop. Like I would tell him some like witty story, some funny anecdote, and he would be like, cool, dick pic. And just sending me dick pic. And I realized I was just on a list of people he was fucking sending it to.
That's so weird. That's that's fucking weird. Like
it wasn't even a nice pic.
Was it even close by? Like, was he trying to have sex with you, or was he just really wanted you to see his penis?
I don't know.
I don't
know. He lived here. Like, I was like, before he started doing that, I was like, let's grab drinks or whatever. But no, just dick pic.
Man. That makes me like want to barf just thinking about it. Like,
hey Tim.
Oh. Yeah, that is a dick move.
No, but then months later, like, and when we went ghost hunting was literally the last time I responded to him was the day after, and then he kept sending me dick pics without a response, without an acknowledgement, anything for months, and then a couple days before they had the fucking No Kings protest, he messaged me asking, inviting me to the anti-ICE No Kings protest. And I responded with a picture of me in a Trump hat. Never got another dick pic from him.
God, like my only response to that would just be, "Shut up, fag." God.
Then I'd probably get banned. Then I would probably get banned.
Yeah, that's true. Ugh, stupid dating apps. But I mean,
They're horrible.
seriously though.
People you meet in real life aren't much better either, though.
True. But it's just like, so if I meet people, right, and I'm interacting with them and everything's platonic, I can get to know somebody well enough to be like, oh, I like this person or I don't. And then I don't have to I don't have to waste my time going on a date or anything, right? Like I'll be like, oh, I like this one. I don't like them, whatever. And then over time be like, you know what? I think I want to go on a date with that person. I like them more than just being a friend. Whereas with the dating apps, you want to go on a date right away because you don't know if you like them or not. And even if you're like getting along with each other in chats, like it's not, you really don't know if the chemistry is there until you're face to face. And then so it's like there's so much more effort that has to be put into that because like you're trying to get to know these people. Like there was one guy I remember on Hinge, actually. This was back in 2021, I think, because it was right after Kyle Rittenhouse was acquitted. And I used Hinge for like, I don't know, 4 days. I didn't meet anybody. But like one of the prompts was like things I can't stop talking about. And I put like Kyle Rittenhouse, Ted Kaczynski, and like something else. And so this guy was like, oh, I want to know more about this. And so I like, you know, blah, 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 and he was like, oh, thanks for the info. And then like unmatched me at the end of the day because I didn't respond right away.
That happened to me.
And I'm like, I have a fucking job. Like I can't respond right away.
Oh, it's because you didn't write back quickly enough?
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
I thought you offended him.
No, he was like, oh, that's cool, blah, blah, blah. Like he was like, interested in hearing about Kyle Rittenhouse and Ted Kaczynski and stuff. And I think he even responded like something about Kyle Rittenhouse or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. But then like he unmatched me before the end of the day because I didn't respond soon enough. And I'm like, does he not work or something? Like what
Yeah.
I'm at work right now. Like I just need to focus on this, like on this other thing. But you know, so like if I were to be able to interact with somebody in person, then obviously like I could say like, I have to get to work and then get back to work and then go hang out with them if we're like coworkers, right? Or that wouldn't even be a factor because I'd be out hanging out with them and the rest of my friends, right? So there's just like there's things about meeting people in person that just makes it so much better because
Yeah.
you can just tell there's the chemistry there. Like even if I am like kind of fucking weird and a bit maybe like even off-putting or just like what is wrong with her, there still could be a little bit of charm there. Like, oh, okay, she's just like that sometimes. Right? Like I can still work, but if I only have an app to put my best face forward, I'm like, well, I never look good in pictures. I fucking hate myself in pictures. I always look like shit. And these prompts are like, they're hard. I don't know what to put in the goddamn prompt or the about me or whatever. Like, and so then it's just like
Yeah, I get that. If I try to be funny, I get banned. And I'm so afraid of being banned that like I'm afraid to say anything in those.
Yeah, which by the way, with the person that was asking like where should we time travel to? The Holocaust, what was it? The Holocaust, January 6th or 9/11?
Or 9/11, yes.
So and then you were like, okay, well, look, I like eating, so Holocaust isn't going to be a thing for me. And then also I'm afraid of heights, so 9/11 is a no. But I look good in a red hat and I love fucking shit up. So January 6th. And the guy was like, that's not funny. All I can think is
put that in your profile and then that's not funny. I saw that in his profile. I'm like, okay, I've met my soulmate. He was cute too.
I just don't understand. Like, what was he hoping for then? Like, what was going to be the right response?
A historical discussion? I don't know.
Like, was he hoping for somebody equally miserable to be like, this is terrible. Why would you ask? And then he'd be like, I know. I was looking for you. Isn't it so bad? Let's shit talk all the other people that answered with actual good answers. Because
Right?
like, what was he hoping for? Because I feel
See,
like
I feel like I
January
need to
6th
put-
is the most mild response that you could get. We all know what I want.
Did I just get proposed to?
Holocaust,
Will
blah, blah,
you
blah.
marry me? Third time. I didn't know there was a first to it. Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. Totally. I don't think I go that way, but I don't care.
I don't think I go that way. I'm not sure, but
Well, you never know. Don't want to assume.
true. Like,
Yeah,
do you
I
have
need to-
zipper tits?
I need I need to put something in mind like that, but worse, to attract someone as sick as I am. What could it be? Like, where should we go? We could bring Anne Frank snacks.
Yeah, who would you like to visit? Vladimir the Impaler.
I always say it, but nothing. Well, you come over. Come over here.
Come on over.
Come on over, baby.
Come on over.
I'm still
Come
waiting.
on over, baby. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
else
Who
could
would
be?
you
So
like? Oh, North Korea is always a terrible place. Like, who would you like to meet? Otto Warmbier, Vladimir the Impaler. Otto Warmbier. That's terrible. His story makes me really sad, actually. But in this situation, we can laugh. I don't think I Yes, we're adding it to the flag.
Yes. It'll have the little logo. You know what I got in the mail today, by the way? It came for free with my phone. I find these very strange. Those glasses that like record shit.
Those were free with your phone?
Yeah.
I needed those for
Verizon.
FatCon.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So Seattle, I guess every year in January, they have FatCon.
What's
And
FatCon? Just a bunch of fat people?
yeah, and they'll have they have speakers. They have they have like panels and events and shit. And then everybody who goes gets a discount for Fatlesque, which is a fat burlesque show later in the evening. But
went?
I wanted to go. I didn't, but Keanu and I were gonna go, and I was like, we need to get like spyware, right? We need to get like glasses that record shit so nobody knows that we're recording. But we can record stuff.
It has a giant light that comes on when it's recording.
Well, then everyone.
But I bet people knock that out. Like, it seems like I can't figure out what these would be good for other than perverts.
Or people going to FatCon.
Yeah. We're usually one and the same.
Well, I was going to go.
By the way, you think?
So
So where should we time travel to? And those were the choices.
Yeah, I feel like he was hoping somebody would respond with like, these are all equally bad. I wouldn't go to any of them.
Yeah, I thought I gave a well thought out response.
Yeah, see, I would time travel to the Holocaust because it'd be the only time that I'd be treated as royalty, you know?
They do sync up with your phone, but I thought it would be like they display cool shit, but they don't. You don't see anything other than what's in front of you.
Free with your phone?
Yeah.
So those must be like because I was looking for some of those, but they were like over $300.
Switch to Verizon, you'll get it for free.
I have Verizon and I'm pissed with them actually.
Maybe like cancel them and rejoin. Or I don't know, you can probably call them. You can always call and extort stuff out of these companies.
I really need to because I guarantee you they put an update on my phone so that I can't charge it with a regular charger anymore. Like it just always thinks that I had an update on my phone one day and I was like, oh, okay, update it. And it did. And right after that, the only thing that changed was that my charging port always had moisture in it. And I think it was because I didn't want to upgrade my phone. Like I haven't been upgrading my phone.
Same. I had an old one. I just got a new one.
So I think that they were mad and trying to get me to upgrade my phone. So I was like, you know what? When I have the money again, I'm just gonna switch to another provider.
Oh, also, sorry, Friches. Sorry, I forgot. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm very bad at this. I'm sorry, I forgot. Thank you, my love. Have you noticed that Grindr and Scruff are now filled with blank profiles that belong to people who are offended when you ask for pic? I have not. I'm not on Scruff, and I'm barely on Grindr. I don't really use it. Like, I have it, but I don't really use it. Why is that? Are they, like, not real people? Or what I have noticed is that they're all fucking trans. So I was banned from Grindr too for disparaging the vaccine. With all the crackheads on there and the fucking degenerates, I got banned. But so anyway, I rejoined. So I was off there for a long time. They're all trans. They are all fucking trans.
See, I told you, like, it's not the people that know how to meet other people in person.
No. They're real, but suddenly very shy. That's on there. They'll probably just like send you pictures of their assholes. It's because they
Like,
want
if you don't want people seeing your picture, then don't be on a dating app. Okay, people, if you want to be dating other people, it's normal to want to see somebody's picture. It's because they want anonymous.
I keep hearing about this, but only from the chat.
What in the fuck is sniffies?
Someone told me last time. I think they said it's like Grindr, but worse, like skankier, which I didn't think was possible.
Well, yeah, aren't all men like super skanky anyway?
Yes.
Isn't that like a thing? Just very sex driven.
Yeah.
Sniffy, I don't like this.
Wait, did you look it up?
Yeah.
What's on there?
It's just there were two men. They didn't have there weren't clothes. They were kissing. I didn't like it. It was very close up, so you didn't see anything, but still, like, it's not gross because it's gay sex. It's gross because it's guy sex, okay? And I just
Russell, thank you so much, dude. I'm sorry. What was that about butthole pics?
Oh yeah, check your email, Russell.
Yeah.
Russell's been asking me for butthole pics for a while. Just check your email.
Oh, actually?
Yeah, it's been an ongoing thing. Just check your email.
Yeah, see, we thought that
and then it's only going to be Cecil's butthole again.
I've tried it. It's far fewer people than Grindr, but it's probably not quality or quantity on there, I'm guessing.
Man.
Yeah, dudes are dirty and skanky.
Yeah, that's just how it is. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I just don't think that the dating apps have like the dating apps don't have the person I'm looking for. He's just not there. It's because it's Russell. I'm supposed to marry Russell Hall, I think, is the problem.
I'm supposed to marry this girl.
Yeah, see? So why are we even bothering? I like that you said this girl. You don't say
because I can't pronounce her fucking name. I'm just gonna Mandy. I'm gonna call her Mandy.
Mandy. You're Mandy now. Mandy.
Yeah.
Mandisui.
Mandisui. That sounds like a black chick name.
Are you black, Mandisui?
I'm sorry, Mandy. I have none for my own either. I don't blame you.
It's true. Yeah. None of us do.
Russell. Damn it, it was Cecil again.
I don't know.
Have you ever dated I have my like own personal conversion therapy coach here. This is great. Not like not as an adult or really.
Did you have a woman turn you gay?
No.
Okay.
What do you mean? Like I dated a chick who was so horrible that I turned?
Yeah.
No, but I'm sure I've done that to people. Turn straight.
First of all, that's not how it works, unfortunately. Because if it did, then like we'd be seeing a lot of that happening a lot. But anybody who has dated somebody who ended up being gay later on in life, it's not your fault.
It might be your fault. No, they're just pussies. I feel like I'd get banned if I had said what I think should happen to dudes like that who like marry some woman and then 30 years later, like, oh, actually, I've been gay the whole time. Wood chipper. Right in the wood chipper is where they
Yeah,
should go.
that shit's fucked up. Like even fucking Caitlyn Jenner, like, dude,
Yeah.
you got married to more than one woman, and the second woman, you already were apparently going through transitioning, and then you still marry the woman, have kids with her, and then break up your family to become a woman.
Wood chipper.
Why? That's so fucked up. It's already fucked up enough when parents have to split up because it's just healthier for them to be apart than together. But when
Mhm.
you're breaking up your family because, oh, I've known that I was trans or gay or whatever this whole time, like, fuck off.
I have no respect for that.
Yeah, I already think that like people who have kids, like girls that get pregnant to try and keep their man or whatever, like you can fuck off too because you already know that the relationship is broken and thinking like if I have a baby, he'll stick around. Like there are 8 billion people in the world. Why the fuck do you want to keep the one that doesn't want you? What are we doing? You're already an
Appreciate it.
asshole.
Thank you so much, dude. I hate butthole pics. Why do people send them? I agree with you. I'm a top. I'm not a gastroenterologist.
Some people
I agree. I don't get the appeal. It's not like nobody wants to like stare into it. I don't
there's
get
like
the appeal.
a taboo thing, you know. It's kind of like when dudes like to look at the tan lines and stuff where they're like, oh, I feel like I'm looking at something I'm not supposed to. Like we all know that like I don't want anyone looking at my butthole. Like I don't want what? But if there are guys out there that are like, yeah, but if I get to see it, I'm seeing the thing that nobody gets to see like ever.
I think that's what they mean by looking into the abyss. Looking into the butthole.
Well, or just looking into what I had for lunch.
B, I have a friend whose husband left her, and they're 3 young kids. His son was 2 when he left.
Oh
Wood
my
chipper.
God.
Wood chipper. We
Wood
need
chipper.
to really expand the
Who
types
goes
that
into
go
the
into the
wood?
wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wood chipper discussion.
Yeah, because like that's just fucked up. Why are you putting your family through that?
Wood chipper. It's crazy too. Damn, Mandy. I wish that dudes would show a tenth of this much interest in me.
Mandy.
Thank you.
Okay. Ooh.
Feeling myself tonight. Thank you, Mandy.
Ooh.
Oh, hey.
Spicy.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, no, it's crazy how many closeted dudes are out there though. Like I was at an event. Get this shit. I was at this event, and this dude is not just hitting on me, but like beyond hitting on me. Like we're talking. He was kind of cute too. And we're talking, and I'm like, shit, I haven't had somebody hit this on me this hard in a long time. And he's like doing this shit, and like I'm thinking he's about to say, like, let's get out of here. And then all of a sudden, totally casually, he drops into the conversation. Oh yeah, I just drove up here. My wife and kids are at home. Bitch, what? I've never exited a conversation so quickly in my life. I was like, bye. And he wasn't saying this in a way of like, like he was like kind of just to let you know, but I'm gonna keep going with this. I hate these people. I hate these people.
Well, and that's fucked up for everybody involved because like why are you hitting on somebody knowing that you're not going to have a relationship with them, right? Like this you're leading this other person on, like basically making them think that there might be something here, but then you're also cheating on your family. Like, oh my God, like what is wrong with you?
I know. It's hard not to be offended if someone calls your butthole the abyss.
True.
This is true. I think this is probably true of the guy too, though.
If a girl sends you a butthole pic, everyone's seen it already.
This is probably true of the guy too. Like I've never
I don't know.
I've never taken a butthole pic. I wouldn't even know how to. Tripod?
Yeah, you would have to get a.
No, I have no intention of it either. I
Oh, so
I know some chicks who take that as the biggest compliment.
calling it the abyss.
I will never be able to look at that movie the same way again.
Wait, what movie? What?
The Abyss.
Oh, wait, what is worse? My friend's ex-husband's boyfriend was just arrested. Oh my God.
Ex-husband's boyfriend. So the
Ex-husband's
same one,
boyfriend.
the same ex-husband who left the wife and kids. Oh, I bet he was involved in that
New
shit too.
boyfriend.
There's no way he didn't know. What's he like? Carmela Sopranoing that shit? Oh, he had no clue. He didn't know where the brooch came from. He knows where the brooch came from. Right? That is fucked up.
That's fucked up. Wood chipper for both of them.
I know. For all of them. Ooh. People are fucked up. See, and then those are the types that then you find on the dating apps.
Yeah, see, exactly. Like they're not normal enough to just meet somebody in person.
Wouldn't it be so funny if we got together as a joke? Mandy,
Mike,
don't give me ideas.
I smell a sex scandal.
I know she's trying to take our sex scandal from us. The sex scandal might be with her. It's okay. We can all have the sex scandal. What?
Yeah,
You
no, I feel
guys
like
are way
she's
too
gonna get
generous.
involved. But whatever. No, good night, mister. Get out of here with this bullshit. No. You already took Tony away from me. You're not. I let you have it.
Mr. is seeing other people.
Yeah.
And I thought we had something special.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Thanks.
Yeah. Tony and I were gonna get married at Sandy Hook, and then Goodnight Mister just
What?
roped right in. Yeah.
Like the site of the school shooting.
Yeah. See, you look here. I was going to. Do I have the?
Oh my God, you're terrible.
And see, Tony really doesn't want anyone to see his woman, right? So I was gonna do one of these.
What
And
is
have
this?
a-
It's like the Hasidic Jews do, where you cut a hole in it.
Well, I thought more like it was like a white burqa. And then like this girl would be our maid of honor.
Oh my God.
But Goodnight Mister ruined all of that. So, because he took Tony away from me.
Oh yeah, was Alex Jones gonna officiate?
Oh, good idea.
He should have.
Well, we can't now.
That is horrible. I love it.
I forgot. What's funny is I forgot which fake shooting David Hogg was involved in or whatever. And so I was like,
Careful,
oh,
the little twink is gonna sue you.
I was like, David Hogg, he's gonna be the what's it called? Best man.
Flower
But then I
girl.
realized, oh no, yeah. He's Parkland shooting, not Sandy Hook. Whoopsies.
Sea Striker, we can have a sex scandal too.
Sea Striker, hello.
We love you. We can have a sex scandal as well. I mean, I'm hoping that this is like my year for one. I think it's just like at this point, it's just like married, straight, conservative guys that are getting all their sex scandals. Yeah, you get a sex scandal, you get a sex scandal, you get a sex scandal.
This is the year of Mike's sex scandal.
Come on.
But like, what kind of sex scandal do you want to have?
Anyone.
I think you really need to manifest. You need to get specific about it because it's not going to happen if you can't get specific. I know I already said, at Content Hotel, I can make some pie and then you eat the pie, but then you We
We need to get Josie there to make pie. She had a
And
pie
then-
scandal.
Well, and then we can just tell everybody that you ate my pie and didn't like it.
Make muffins.
Or cake. You ate my cake. Something. I don't know. But I just
You pull a Milo. Even Milo hasn't pulled a Milo. He is so full of shit.
I just think obviously that's too vanilla and it's going to be too obvious. But you need to get specific. Like, do you want women involved or do you want men involved? Do you want it to be like a hairy sissy situation, like that kind of thing?
If I wouldn't say no if the option fell.
Just careful what you wish for, because it might not end up going in your favor. So I would just say
I'd be good with that. I'm so boring. They're like, I don't know.
He doesn't really want a sex scandal.
I
think he doesn't. But you need to get specific. Don't just take whatever sex scandal comes your way.
I mean, I would take any, but one that's funny.
One that's funny. Has there ever been a funny sex scandal?
Yeah, they're all funny. The fucking Harry Sissy one, that was hilarious.
My first thought was like, okay, Lena Dunham falls down with her legs open, and then you trip and fall.
No, okay, you're right. I don't want one. Have you seen?
Be specific.
Some of her? Have you seen? Okay, guys, I'm gonna jump scare you. One sec. I'm gonna jump scare you. I'm sorry. I love you. I swear. However, despite that, I'm still gonna jump scare you with this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you ready? Oh.
Ah!
This woman is married. How?
To somebody who doesn't like her, though.
Tuskless walrus.
Tuskless walrus. No! She's gross.
Oh my god.
She is very disgusting.
And I mean, this was the bitch who used to show her titties and her fucking everything. I've seen her ass more than I've seen my own.
And that's why confidence is not always a good thing.
No. I almost wish I had that level of delusional.
I know. Oh my god!
You said it.
We can't say it out loud. We don't want to summon
you might summon it.
Yeah, we can't
you might
summon
the demon.
But that's a fantastic idea.
I do see the resemblance.
Yeah, if there's ever a movie about that thing.
I'm like, actually, compare the two. I'm like, well, geez, Lena Dunham's not that bad, I guess.
Yeah, at least her voice is tolerable.
That was my master plan.
Wait, so this is how Mike turns straight gay.
Joining Lena Dunham.
Oh yeah. I'm ready to try anything other than that.
She married the head of Greenpeace. I don't know if he's serious.
He couldn't bring himself to put her back in the water. I mean, I don't know who the guy is. I've never seen him before in my life.
He's probably a cucky bitch.
It doesn't seem like they're like into each other. Like somebody's a beard here.
Oh yeah. Ew, here I have a picture. Ugh, he looks like what I thought he would look like.
Yeah, like there's.
Oh my god.
Like he's asexual.
Yeah. I think someone posted. Oh god. Yeah, you posted. Oh.
Yeah, look how passionate that kiss is, you guys. Just.
Oh my god, this is a terrible but maybe good idea after and just like they could hate watch girls. Oh my god, I lived in the neighborhood where it took place when it was on too. And I was like, ugh, get them out of my neighborhood. And they
Oh,
brought all the
God.
insufferable bitches. I liked The Neighborhood before that show started airing, and then every fucking trust fund bitch moved in.
Oh, God. Way to ruin The Neighborhood. Good job, Lena Dunham.
Mm-hmm.
God, she's so gross.
Kind of. Wait, the demon is how you
Yay!
felt. Oh, I'm honored. Thank you. Well,
Wait,
then
how
you
did-
know I'm like literally Hitler. Because of
true.
everything I did 9/11, I did January 6th, I did I bombed Pearl Harbor. Yeah, oh my god, a while ago, by the way, I pissed off the asexual community. It's a community.
I don't understand the asexual community at all.
I'm jealous of them. I'm fucking jealous of them.
Because they're not horny?
Well, because they don't give a fuck about meeting someone or dating or am I
Oh
getting
no,
it? They don't
they're
care.
the worst when it comes to that shit. They're like, no, we're asexual, but we're still demi-romantic. They have like the most labels of all
I
of
know.
them. And it's so annoying because they insist that, like, well, we deserve to be in romantic relationships, but you need to respect that we don't want to have sex. And I'm like, no, you need to respect that if I'm dating you, then this pussy's getting railed. Fuck off.
You would never date them though.
No, that's the thing. I was like, I'm not going to fucking, no, I would never date somebody like you. I'm not going to respect that at all. Okay.
They
'Cause
still
guess
date.
what?
They still date. They'll be like, I don't understand. If you've seen what these people look like who are in polyamorous relationships and somehow found multiple people willing to date them, and I
They're
can't fucking
all,
find one.
they're all severely mentally ill though.
For sure, true.
Yeah, their identities are fashion statements for ugly people. Yeah. That's just what it is. Like they're not.
I want to do a deep dive sometime. We should do. I was telling Chrissy I want to do a deep dive on the asexual community. Read what they have to say.
Right. Well, because there's like people that are like fighting for asexual rights, and I'm like, what rights do you not
What
have?
rights do you want? What rights do you want? And then they make shit up like, oh well, you could, this could happen if you're an asexual. You could lose your job because you. I'm like, who? Where? What?
No, like that's insane. Like that's absolutely insane. First of all, why are you talking about your sexuality? The idea of talking about my sexuality with anybody at work sounds fucking crazy. I'm not gonna tell especially my boss. I'm not gonna be like, hey, boss.
I only
By
would
the
be if I
way,
was getting laid. I would want to
I suck
preach
dick.
that to everyone.
So just like, I would expect to get fired if I was forcing my boss to listen to me talk about my sexuality.
See, if I was getting any, I would make everyone with ears hear about it.
That's why you can't have a job, Mike. You can't listen. I'll hire you, okay? To do what? I don't know. Just be there.
Fricias, my love. Oh, and by the way, it should probably wrap up in a little bit because I got to wake up early. I don't want to keep you all night. So if anyone feels so inclined, send in your super chats or become a channel member or join my locals or join my Patreon because we will be streaming on there tomorrow night. Thank you, my dude. Mike, you will know you found your soulmate when they tell you that if you're literally Hitler, I'm literally Ava Braun.
Yes. Aww. It's true.
Oh, if only.
One day.
I just end up meeting the that's not funny types.
It'll happen. Sometimes you just have to think about, like, I don't know. Just not even trying.
Oh, I'm not trying. I've given up.
Though. But
what's that?
I hate that cliche though of like, it happens when you least expect it.
I hate that so fucking much. I hate that so fucking much. Can I tell you why? Because we don't say that about anything else in life. Like, imagine if someone said, you'll find a job when you're not looking for one. When you stop applying for jobs.
I know.
Like, no, I've given up any hope of that happening. However, I'm still gonna put out my fucking resume.
Right. Like, I mean, I still need to find a job. So I'm gonna,
Blow or hand?
well,
What am I missing?
all of
Why is
them.
Courtney doing a Pac-Man impression with her boobs? It's for the super chats. Her boobs are eating the super chats.
You weren't okay. So
He wasn't here at the beginning.
Simpcast on Sunday. Chrissy decided to let the chat like show on the screen, and it was like showing up like in the corner next to me, and she's like, "Oh yeah, and then your boobs will eat the chats." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, meow, 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 meow." And then every time somebody would super chat, I would be like, "Meow, meow, 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 meow."
And I mean, I don't have a whole lot to do that with, but I would if I did.
You have to do the noise. Meow, 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 meow.
Chomp chomp boobies. When did young people become a bunch of funeral sold ladies? I know, they're miserable. I can't.
Everything about them is very boring and just.
I know. That was hilarious. I love you, Courtney. I'm so glad that we met. You're amazing.
I know. I'm glad too. Thanks, Joe Biden, for being incoherent.
Yes. I don't know how we got through that streaming every day of the DNC. Only because of you and Tim, and like you guys all made it fun.
Oh man, yeah, we're all trauma bonded now. That was that was an experience.
Well, by the way, as I mentioned, you guys should go subscribe to this lovely lady's channel. The link is below. Courtney, what have you got coming up? I agree with Frank.
Yeah, Frank knows. Frank sent me a McFlurry today.
I need to get on that. I didn't know people could send you food. Send me food if you feel like sending me food.
And if you struggle with setting it up, like adding stuff to your treat list or whatever, just let me know because I struggled with it too. It's kind of retarded.
I'm still shocked with the thing.
I know. It's wonderful. But yeah, I'm going to be doing some subathon and fundraising streams coming up because I need to get my.
What's that? Like some S&M shit?
Well,
you're gonna like start whipping someone who looks like Lena Dunham's husband.
No, we have to screen the participants, but yeah, because I'm still not at 1,000 subscribers, and your girl wants some ad revenue, but also you guys, I need people to send me money because I really need to get to Content Hotel by September because it's in September.
And we'll do lots of stupid shit there.
Yes. Yeah. Do you want to see Mike and I together? Boobies and bandanas.
Yes. That is our official name now.
So subscribe. I'll be doing a stream tomorrow. Just like today, right before you see that?
Ooh, you almost made it a very special episode.
Hey, but yes, and then right after my stream, I will be joining Mike yet again for hate watching. And just like that, it'll be fantastic. So don't miss either one of those. And then,
I love it.
Yeah, next week we'll be doing lots of marathon streamage. And I'll be inviting a lot of folk as well. So hopefully when I finally invite people, they'll want to come along.
Tim, you got to come back on here soon. I've missed you.
Yeah,
I want to see Mike and me together. Oh my god, lady.
Damn, you should get a room at the Content Hotel, and then
I am blushing. Oh my gosh.
Lots of boobies.
Bandana gate. That's
oh my god, and Fealty wears bandanas too.
Me and Fealty are gonna have a sex scandal.
I think so.
I have shit to tell you also.
I want to hear.
You guys are the greatest. Well, Courtney, I love you. Yes, like I said, her links are below. My links are below. Subscribe to her stuff. Join my locals. Join my Patreon. We're a small squad, but we're a fun squad. So help us grow the squad. Oh, I also meant to say, wait, I'm blind. Let me find the chat. Sea Striker, happy almost birthday.
Yay! Birthday.
I hope you have a great one. I love you very much. Did you just happen to have that sitting there?
Yeah. Well,
You
I
look like it
I
didn't taste good.
I grabbed it for when Chrissy announced Content House.
Oh.
Oh.
Fealty is my bromance. I love Fealty.
Hi, honey.
I gotta get Fealty. That's who I can get. I've been wanting to do more Fortnite streams, and nobody will play here. Like none of my friends here, they all refuse to play it, but Fealty plays it, so I'm gonna
You
get
know
him
who
to do
else?
it with me.
You know who else plays is Maddie Mania, Chrissy's stepson.
Oh, really? Has she played it with
I
him?
think, yeah,
I gotta get
he,
them. I gotta get them on.
yeah, yeah. So Maddie is a fun little. He's a fun gamer.
Oh, I gotta get them both on. Aw,
Yes, that'd be a
doggy.
lot of fun. Yes, this is Cricket.
Aw. Oh, look at the face.
You look very tired.
Aw. Well, Courtney, my love, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I've had a blast.
Chat fam, thank you guys for being here. If you're new to the squad, subscribe to the channel, do all the stuff. I will be back here very soon, and we will be live on my locals and my Patreon. And for channel members, tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, and just like that. I love you guys. I'll see you soon.